Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this wonderful Thursday afternoon for me, anyways, and it could be morning or evening if you're watching this later in the day. But thank you for joining our HEI showcase. Today, we are excited to explore Westfield State University, and I have not just one, no, or two, I have three amazing individuals here to tell you about this fantastic institution. So over to you to tell us more about Westfield State.
Hello, welcome everyone. Good afternoon and good day. My name is Jimena Collingwood. I work at Westfield State University. I work in the international office, assisting students coming to Westfield State. But I'm joined here today with my colleagues Geraldo Maldonado. He's going to introduce himself. He works in graduate admissions, and by Director Charles Di Stefano. He's the director of the Masters in Public Administration program. Charles?
Hello. Yes, my name is Charles Stefano. So I'm a political science professor and director with public administration. So we have our focus for MPA is on leadership and management for government and nonprofit entities. And we have concentrations in nonprofit management, public management, and criminal justice.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jerry Maldonado. I'm the Assistant Director of Graduate Admissions. So I will be the one who will take you through the programs and just explain to you and introduce you to the different programs that we offer here at Westfield State University. So as you can see, our mascot is the owl. Let me just fix the screen here real quick. And we are Westfield State University, so I do graduate admissions and continuing education. Just to reintroduce myself, I am Jerry Maldonado, and Charles Stefano is Dr. Charles Stefano is the program director of the Master of Public Administration, and Jimena is the assistant director for International Programs Office. So why Westfield State University? We are extremely affordable. We have small class sizes. We learn from faculty members who bring their experience in the field to the program. You can choose to study full-time or part-time. Many programs are available online. We have a reading and writing center. We have financial aid and graduate assistantship opportunities for those who come on campus, and lifetime career assistance through our career center. So some things to note before we continue on. I know that different countries have look at courses differently, so I just wanted to explain a few little things. When I talk about a course, usually I'm talking about 3 credits. So when you go through and I say it's one course, it's 1 credit. Excuse me, 3 credits. If it's not 3 credits, I will make note of the fact that it's not 3 credits. A course can be 1.5, 2 credits. It can be 4 credits if it's a lab. But usually when we say 1 course, we're talking about 3 credits. 1 credit is about 15 hours of classroom time. 3 credits is about 45 hours of classroom time, and that is 1 class. 1 credit of practicum is about 50 hours of work. Not all graduate programs cost the same per credit. You need 9 credits or more to become a full-time graduate student. 4.5 credits or more is for part-time students, part-time graduate students. We're going to start off with our Master of Business Administration program. So our Master's in Business Administration program is a 30-credit asynchronous online program equivalent to 10 courses. What this means is it is an online class that you will do on your own, at your own time, at your own pace. The assignments will be due every week. As long as you complete it by the due dates, you can do it on your own time. You can do the reading at your own time. How this program works is a stackable certificate design program. So we have 3 different graduate certificates: Business Leadership Graduate Certificate, Business and Data Analytics Graduate Certificate, and Global Sustainability for Business Graduate Certificate. You can do any of the 3 certificates alone. Takes 12 credits. That's 4 classes. Or if you want to earn the MBA, you would need to take the Business Leadership Graduate Certificate plus one of the others, either the Business and Data Analytics or the Global Sustainability. In addition, again, to earn the MBA, you would need to do a capstone project for the real-world application. And that consists of an elective 3 credit and a capstone course strategic management class and a project. This is a breakdown of what it looks like. So if you were to do the MBA, you would need to take the Business Leadership Graduate Certificate. These are the programs. You'll notice that some of these classes are 1.5 credits. So that so you would take 2 of those in one semester to equal the 3 credits that we talked about. Once you finish that, you can select one of these 2 programs, the Global Sustainability or the Business Analytics. And then you go on and you select one of these classes and the capstone projects. In addition, if you do not have a business background, so if your degree is in psychology, sociology, anything but business, you would be required to do a boot camp, MBA boot camp. And you would be required to take an accounting, a finance, or an economics class. Those classes are also available online. There's a company called Coursera. So through them, you can take those classes online. And these are the specific ones that we have selected. Financial Accounting Fundamentals from the University of Virginia, Fundamentals of Finance, University of Pennsylvania, and Microeconomics, the Power of the Market from the University of Pennsylvania again. And there was a fee associated with that. So again, if you are not a business major, you would have to take those classes. To summarize, in order to earn an MBA, you need 2 certificates, 24 credits, 2 courses, 6 credits, and that will lead to an MBA. So the Leadership Graduate Certificate, one of the 2 other graduate certificates, your 3-credit elective, your capstone, and that gets you your MBA. Masters in Public Administration, again, another online class. This is a 36-credit class. You can concentrate in public management, nonprofit management, or criminal justice administration. Classes are offered in person, synchronous online, asynchronous online, and hybrid. So in person, you'd come on campus. Synchronous means that it is a Zoom class, but you would be a very set time with your professor. Asynchronous means that you would take the class at your own pace, on your own time, and hybrid is a combination of 2 or 3 of the ones that we just spoke about. All required classes for this program are offered online, and many elective classes are offered online as well. So what it means is you can complete the program completely online as well. Classes will be offered at 5:15 and 7:30 p.m. New York time on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So you can plan for that. And the idea behind that is you can take 4 classes in this time frame. So you can take 4 classes per week if that's something that you wanted to do. In order to graduate, you would need 7 core club courses plus 5 specialized track courses. Again, to earn the MPA, you would need your 7 core classes. So these are the 6 classes that you have to take. Plus, at the end, you select whether you want to do a capstone or an internship.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we're not able to accept any directly from you. However,
The proposal for fall 2026, similar to the MBA program, the MPA program would become a stackable graduate certificate. So you can select to have a graduate certificate in public leadership, in criminal justice administration, nonprofit management graduate certificate, or public management. So you would select the public leadership plus one of the 3 certificates. You stack those and you'd get 30 credits. In addition, you would need another 6 credits, which is the capstone or internship plus 1 additional course. This is a breakdown of what the classes look like. So assuming that we go ahead with the graduate certificate situation, if not, this is what it would look like for you to earn a concentration in the different programs. So again, you would take these classes here under the Public Leadership Graduate Certificate, and then you would select 12 credits, which means 4 classes from this list. You would select 1 class from this list, and then for the Nonprofit Management Graduate Certificate, again, you would select 4 classes and 1 class. And for Public Management Graduate Certificate, you would do 4 classes and 1 class again. To finish off your Master's in Public Administration, you would enroll in 1 class, 1 more course from the enrolled program to earn an MPA. So basically, whatever program you're in, you would select 1 more class, and then you would do the capstone or the internship. And what I'm going to do real quick is, if you'd like to take out your cell phone, I'm going to back up real quick to the MBA program so you can take a shot of the screen. So if you want to take a shot of that screen right there for the MBA program so you can see what's required, give you a couple of seconds. And then I'll do the same thing for the MBA program. Again, you can take a shot of the screen so you have an idea of what's required in order to earn this degree. We have a Master of Science in Criminal Justice. Again, all of these programs can be earned completely online. Master of Science in Criminal Justice, you're required to take 4 courses: research methods, criminology, statistics, and administrative theory. And then you're required to take 5 to 7 classes. And then you have some options on how to complete. So you can complete the program with a comprehensive exam. You would do the 4 required courses plus 7 electives. Or you could do a capstone experience. You would do the 4 required courses plus 6 electives. That's because the capstone is worth 3 credits or 1 course. You could do 4 required courses, 5 electives, and then do the master's thesis. And the reason for that is because master's thesis is equivalent to 2 classes or 6 credits. And just like the other 2 programs, I'll give you a minute to take a picture of this if you're interested in the Master of Science in Criminal Justice. This breaks down what it is that you're required to do. So you have the 4 required classes, and then the elective courses. It's either 5 or 7, depending on how you want to complete the program. But these are the courses that you can select from. In order to do the capstone experience option, you would have to do the capstone project in criminal justice, or if you want a graduate certificate in Homeland Security, then you would be required to do the Homeland Security capstone. If you wanted to do the thesis option, then you would select this class here for the 6 credit thesis option. In addition to that, we do have the 12 graduate degree options. So just want to go through real quick other options that we have here at Westfield State University. So we have a Master's of Education and a Master of Arts in English. So I have go ahead and made those orange, and the reason for that is because while those are great options, you do need to be on campus to have those classes. So if you're thinking about coming to the United States, those are 2 of the options that you may have to finish the degree here at Westfield State University. Master of Science in Criminal Justice takes 33 credits. That's one of those that we already spoke about. And Masters of Public Administration gets 36 credits. Again, something that we spoke about in detail. The Master of Business Administration is 30 credits. Business Leadership Graduate Certificate, again, we talked about to detail. One of the other options, but this is on campus, is the Master of Science in Accounting. And the reason why it says 30, 51, or 63, there are 3 different options for the Master of Science in Accounting. If you have a Bachelor's in Accounting, you need another 30 credits. If you have a Bachelor of Science in Business, you need 51 credits. If you have a non-business degree, then it would take you 63 credits in order to complete this program. We have a Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies. And then we also have a Master of Science in Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner. This one, the entire program is online, but the practicum is not online. The practicum is in person. I will have a conversation with the program director to see if there's anything we can do with the practicum outside the US, but right now the option is it's not an option that we have. So that's why I put it in yellow, because yes, you can do that. If you wanted to come to the US after you did the courses for the practicum, if that's an option for you, then that would be fantastic, but it cannot be completed outside of this area. We also have a Master of Science in Athletic Training. Again, that's hands-on, in person. We have a Master of Arts in Counseling program, 60 credits. That is an in-person program as well. Master of Arts in Applied Behavior Analyst, in person. And the Master of Social Work, if you go online, there is a program that is completely online. You can complete the coursework online, but the practicum piece, again, that has to be done in person in this area. And the reason why it's 37 or 66, if you have a bachelor's in social work, it's 37 credits. If you have a non-bachelor of social work, it's 66 credits. If you'd like to take a picture of the screen, that will give you the contact information. Gobacknow.com is where the application is held. graduate@westfield.ma.edu. That is the email address that will come to my office. And then for continuing education, for if you wanted to get a second bachelor's or finish your bachelor's, then that's the email that you would contact for that, and that is a telephone number. So real quick, how to complete the application. So there is a $50 application fee that I'll give you the code to waive for being here today. We do need a regional transcript or credential evaluation for international students. If it's a school outside of the USA, I would need a credential evaluation from all colleges and universities that you previously attended. We need a current professional resume. We need 3 letters of recommendation. Not all programs require the letters of recommendation, but most of them do. If it does, we do prefer 1 academic letter of recommendation and 2 professional. A narrative statement may be required. Please see our website for details. You need an earned bachelor's degree before you apply. You may and should apply your final year of school. So if you're still in school earning a bachelor's degree, you should be applying probably the fall of your final year. Students without a background in business will be required to complete an MBA bootcamp. We touched on that a little bit on Coursera. And then this is the minimum GPA for the MBA is at 2.75. Minimum GPA for Masters of Criminal Justice is 2.7 or 3.0. 2.7 overall. If your overall GPA is not 2.7, if you have a 3.0 your final 2 years, then you will be looked at and you will certainly be considered. Same thing with the MPA. Overall, we're looking for a 2.8 if you do not have that. But your final 2 years of school, you have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, then again, you will certainly be considered. For these programs that we're talking about, the MBA, the MPA, and the Master of Science in Criminal Justice, these are the preferred application deadlines. For fall admission, June 1st. For spring admission, November 1st. For summer admission, April 1st. Again, these are preferred. So if you're falling behind, it's July, you think, oh, it's too late. It's not too late. We will certainly still look at your application if you give us enough time, because I know credential evaluations can take 4 to 5 weeks to get. So if you were to get that started and you did everything else and we're just waiting for that piece of work and June 1st comes and goes, that's okay. Just contact us so we can still work with you. So this is something else that you want to take note of. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact us. There is an application fee waiver, which will expire in 30 days. It's WSU 1839, and this is for joining us today. As you're going through the application process, there is a spot where it says enter application fee waiver, and you would enter that code. And that will get you that $50 waived. So cost per credit for the MBA, MPA, and Master of Science in Criminal Justice is $431 for the 25-26 academic year. That will change for the fall. Cost per class is $1,293. Overall, the MBA program is 30 credits. It will cost you $12,930. The MPA program is 36 credits. It will cost you $15,516. The MSCJ is 33 credits, so it'll cost you $14,223. Please note, you don't have to pay that up front. You pay the per class amount as you go. So if you're only taking 1 class, then you would pay $1,293. If you're only taking 2 classes, then you would only pay the version of 2 classes. So you're not looking to pay that whole amount up front. You pay as you go. With that, I would like to open it up to questions. More than happy to answer any of your questions that you may have.
I also wanted to add one thing. The credential evaluation, it has to be course by course. There's 2 options. One, basic evaluation. For the graduate, that's for undergraduate. But if you're doing a second bachelor's or if you're doing a master's program, we require a course by course evaluation. I see one question in the chat. Maybe I can mention. Do you have
Yeah, go ahead.
master's.
Yeah. The Nathaniel Asa is asking, do you have like master's or PhDs programs in computer science that come with like an assistantship offer?
So I do not have a master's or PhD in computer science, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's a common question, but we don't have one of those.
All right, so we do have some questions on YouTube, so I'm going to moderate some of those questions. But
Sure.
before I get to the questions, thank you so much for such an excellent presentation. When you said, when you started your presentation and you were like, Westfield State is super affordable, da 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 da, I was like, okay. And then when I got to that slide, I was like, oh my, it really is super affordable. So yeah, anyone listening, please check that out if they have programs that you're interested in. But so a question that I have here is for people who maybe want to engage with you after today, especially for those maybe who might be watching the session on YouTube a bit later, are there any opportunities for them to sign up for information sessions or to engage with you, or is emailing you the best way? Or are there like student ambassadors or like resources that you can point them
Yeah,
to give them a better sense of Westfield State and if it might be a good fit for them?
absolutely. So we have virtual information sessions almost every month for all our programs. So at all 12 programs, we try to do virtual information sessions for all of them once a month. If you go to that website, gobacknow.com, one of the options is information. And if you click actually it's called visit. If you click on visit and then you scroll over to the right-hand side, it says graduate. And that will have a list of all our programs, all our information sessions. And either myself or one of our graduate assistants or one of our graduate students will go over the information and go into more detail for the program.
I do have international prospective students email me a lot. I respond as quickly as I can. If it's a question about how do I enroll, I forward them to Jerry. But if it's a question on the course content, the expectations as a student, I will definitely schedule a Zoom visit and meet with that prospective student and discuss the program with them.
So in your presentation, you talked about one of the requirements being a narrative statement. I'm just curious, is that the same as like a statement of purpose? I know you said they should visit the website for more information, but could you just shed a bit more light on what the narrative statement is?
So each program has a different criteria for the narrative statement. So what they're looking for, what conversation they're looking for. That's why I suggested that you look at the website. So the MPA's requirements for a narrative statement is going to be different than the Masters in Criminal Justice, which is going to be different from the physician assistant. So they're going to have different criteria. So that's why you should see, it's not the same thing for every program. And the length of it is also going to be different for each program. But on the website itself, it does specify what they're looking for that narrative statement.
For MPA, real quick, I want to make sure that you can communicate effectively and also what you can bring to the program. So I love having international students because they bring a lot of different backgrounds, experiences. So how are you prepared for the MPA? What are you expecting out of an MPA? Why promote yourself? Why you should be part of this program and what you want to do with the degree?
So you mentioned the MBA boot camp. I'm just wondering, are there any other like resources or courses that you might recommend for students who are looking to boost their profile or, improve their chances of getting into any one of the programs?
You can take up to 6 credits or 2 classes prior to applying to the program. If you think your GPA is low, you can take one of the GREs, for example. And so if you don't think you meet the minimum requirement, you can select to take one of those tests. And if you get a good score, then you should submit that as well to let us know that yes, my GPA was low, but now I'm a better student now, and I'm capable of doing the work now. And also, sometimes we do a conditional accept, which means you're not fully accepted into the program because you didn't quite meet the requirements, but we'd like you to take 1 or 2 classes so we can see how you do at the graduate level. And if you successfully complete those, then you could be accepted into the program full time.
I would
So,
also
oh,
add,
go
sorry,
ahead.
that the GRE and the GMAT are not, a requirement at Westfield State University. If students do take those tests, it would help their application. But is that correct, Jerry? They're not
Yes.
required for all of the
Yeah.
masters.
So basically, if you take the test and you do great, then I would submit it. If you do take the test and you don't do so great, you don't have to submit it.
And if they don't have the test or they don't have the option, let's say in their country, they don't have to have it in order to apply, correct?
Right.
So I know the focus of this session today is for graduate programs, but I know in your presentation, you've mentioned the 4+1 bachelor's to MBA program options.
Yeah.
Is that something that is also open to people to do like online, or can we talk a little bit about that, or not really?
So the 4+1 is mainly for Westfield State undergraduate students. So if you're an undergraduate student, you can do a 4+1 for the MBA. You have a early decision fast track for the MPA, and there's also 4+1 for the criminal justice. Because what happens is while they're taking their graduate classes, they can take 2 classes that will count towards the MBA and or the MPA as well as the undergraduate degree.
All right, so please, people, continue to submit your questions. We have 3 amazing panelists here who are here to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you for everyone who has submitted their questions so far and is participating. I'm just curious, what are some of your most popular programs amongst your international student population?
On the international students, so online, we don't use, so this is newer for us to do strictly online. Usually we have international students that come on campus. So one of our criminal justice and Masters in Public Administration are certainly some of the more popular ones that people take. The MBA program is fairly new to us, so I don't have numbers yet on international students as that is fairly new to us. But the other 2 programs are quite popular among the international students that come to the USA to take the classes.
Right. Other programs that for students who are coming to the U.S. are the Applied Behavioral Analysis program, which is the psychology program, and Master of Social Work, counseling as well. But I would say I agree with Jerry. The Master in Public Administration is by far the most popular among international students.
So we have another question here from YouTube from Obideji Godswill Chidera, who is saying that comment first. The fees are quite affordable. I'm quite amazed. The MBA fully in person or online? That's the first question. And then his second question is the MBA STEM designated?
Repeat the question again. I'm sorry.
So he was just making a comment about like how affordable the MBA program seems to be, and is asking, is it fully in person or online? I know you've touched on that already, so maybe you can just go over it again. And then the second question was, is the MBA program STEM designated?
So as far as in person, all the programs that I mentioned, the 3 that I highlighted, I can be completely online. That's why I highlighted those programs. As far as being STEM designated, again, it's a brand new program to us. We're still looking for the different designations. So we were approved for the MBA program last fall. We opened it up to our own students in the spring and summer. So we will be running the first program starting in the fall for individuals outside of Westfield State University.
Right.
So we have to run the program about a year before we can get all the accreditations.
I could
And
also add,
MPA is in person or online. Sorry, I cut you off there.
That's okay.
yes, no, I wanted to add about the STEM designation, which because that's an immigration question. We do offer programs on the undergraduate level. Computer science is STEM designated. Environmental science as well. I have to look for the accounting master's program if it is a STEM designated. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it could be. But the other programs, the MBA, the Master in Public Administration, they're not STEM because they're not sciences. So STEM is designation is specifically for the science programs.
All right. So my last question, and because I know we're sort of running out of time, well, I think I have two more questions. So my first question is, I think one of the difficulties for students who are doing online programs is, feeling connected to the institution while, going through a program like behind on computers all day or, in your own country. So what recommendations do you have for people who are doing online programs or considering online programs, best ways for them to still feel connected to Westfield State community?
If I can jump in for that, for the MPA program, most of our courses are synchronous online, and you're going to have students who are zooming in and students in the classroom. We have an upgraded classroom to have a really interactive experience because that's a huge thing. During COVID, I realized that. How do we stay connected? So we do work to make sure that the students are incorporated in what you're doing, whatever we can do remotely. For Pi Alpha Alpha, our honor society, we just had our induction ceremony on Zoom. That way, everyone could be included with that. The faculty will have Zoom office hours, and a lot of our classes are going to be that hybrid format. So you're as best as we can do with the technology provided, have you feel like you're part of that classroom. And when you do breakout sessions, you'll be in breakout rooms with students who are in class and other students who are remoting in.
Yes, another option could be that's a wonderful answer, Dr. Di Stefano. And also, I was thinking for students who are interested in, maybe trying one of the programs online, they can do it 1 year, 2 years, or half of the program virtually. And then if they want to, especially for those that require practicum, then they can complete the program here. So they could apply for the visa once, things become back to normal and they can apply for a visa and come to the US, finish their program, and pursue their practicum here.
Then my last question, not a question, but if you could just share your contact information again and your social media handles, just ways for people to connect and get more information or reach out to you after today's session for follow-up.
Sure, let me just get that up. I'll share the screen. Oops. So again, feel free to take a picture of this.
All right. So yes, www.gobacknow.com, email at graduate@westfield.ma.edu, as well as wsugcge@westfield.ma.edu. And the email address for Dr. Di Stefano is also in the chat. So for those, especially those interested in MBA programs, please feel free to reach out to him. Thank you everyone today for attending our session. Thank you to Dr. Di Stefano, to Geraldo, to Jamina. Thank you for your presentation, and I'm sure you've definitely piqued a lot of people's interest about Westfield State University. I'd like to encourage all of you to check them out on social media, visit them and look at their list of courses and see if you could find something that could be a good fit for you. Thank you everyone for joining us, and for those who will be watching later on YouTube, continue to put your questions and comments in the comment section, and we'll definitely attend to all those comments. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Education
you.
USA Nigeria. We appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you for
Bye.
the opportunity.